Hey guys, it's Chris here. Welcome back to Elemental Cartomancy. I wanted to pop on today. I'm conscious I've not put out any content in a couple of weeks. I think it's maybe been 2 weeks or so since I last put up a video. Apologies for that. I would normally go live on a Thursday. I didn't go live on Thursday past. There was a couple of birthdays in the community and there was quite a lot of content being put out around about that time, and I just wanted to let the focus be on them. So yeah, I'm on today to do a wee video response to my friend Zane from Tarot Token Witchery. This is hashtag recent 5 top 3 tarot. So the idea is you take the last 5 tarot decks that you've bought, and you pick your top 3 favourite cards from them. So this is my video response to that. So without further ado, my first deck, and I actually just received this a couple of hours ago in the post. This is the Universal Weight Tarot deck. This is an older edition from 1990. Where did I see it copyrighted now? There we go. Copyright 1990. I'm impressed. The cards are in really good condition. They're almost brand new. I'm not sure whether the colour is faded or not. Hang on, it might be a bit dark here. I'm going to try and give it some light. That might be a bit better. So yeah, I'm not sure whether the colours are faded a wee bit in it, but I actually don't mind it. So my 3 favourite cards from that deck are the Death card, and I really like this particular card because the way that it's been coloured in this version of the RWS, it's just really nice, I think, because you can see more of the detail. You know, you can see the water, you can make out all of the individuals in the cards. It's just really nice the way it's been done, and that could be said for across the whole deck. I've got the Queen of Cups, and the reason I've picked this out, the reason I really like this, I'm not sure if you can make it out, but I really like the expression on her face. One of the kind of things that irks me about the RWS, it's one of the very few things, but one thing that's always kind of irked me is the expression on the Queen of Cups' face. I've always found her to have a bit of a resting bitch face, to be honest with you. If you look at decks like, I've got the so-called original Rider-Waite-Smith. If you look at any of those decks, she doesn't seem very happy looking at that cup. But in this one, her expression's a bit softer. So I quite enjoyed that. And then the last one here is the King of Pentacles, and again, this is kind of in line with what I said about the Death card. You can just make out a lot more of the detail because of the way that it's been coloured in. In a lot of decks, I feel, his garments are just kind of melded in with the background, whereas in this one, you can clearly distinguish between, his garments, his chair, the shrubbery around about him. It's just a really nice coloured card, and I think this is... I'm impressed with this. I think this is a really nice version of the deck. So that is the first one. That was the Universal Weight Tarot deck. The second deck that I'll talk about is it's this one. So this is the Francois Herry 1730 tarot deck. I've probably absolutely butchered that surname. My intention was to go online and find out the proper pronunciation before doing this video, but of course I forgot. So Herry it is. I'm cheating a wee bit with this one. I've actually got 4 favourites, and I'll tell you the reason why. So my favourites are just the cards that kind of interest me, are the 6, well that's actually 8, the 6, the 7, the 8 and the 9 of Wands. The reason being, I've noticed something really interesting about these cards. So if you look at the Roman numerals, they're switched. You know, it's IV instead of VI. And I know that we usually use IV to mean 4, but this is definitely the 6 of Wands. The 4s in this deck are just represented, but you can kind of see it here, you know, by I. And this only happens in the Wands suit. So I've picked out a couple of examples to show you. You can see there in the 6 of Swords, it's VI. And you can see in the 7 of coins that I've picked out here, or the 7 of Pentacles, that it's VII. And I've checked the other suits, and it only happens in these 4 cards. So that, because I'm a bit of a geek, I found that really interesting, and I really quite enjoyed that. So for that reason, these are my kind of 4, the 4 kind of quirky cards. They're my 4 favourites. So yeah, there's that. The Francois Herret 1730. The next deck that I've acquired is the Ancien Tarot de Marseille fortune telling cards. This is a version from 1963. The copyright on the cards, you can kind of see it here. So you've seen there the death card is the first card that I've picked out. I just always really like the death card in these Tarot de Marseille. Well, usually it's untitled, and that's what I quite like about it, but it's unusual because they've put the name of the card on the actual image itself, whereas in the other majors it's down the bottom like a normal title. So yeah, that's something quite quirky about this. I picked 3 of Swords. If you've heard me reading before, you've probably heard me going on about the 3 of Swords. You know, in decks like the Rider-Waite Smith, and really lots and lots of pictorial decks depict the 3 of Swords as a card of heartbreak and whatnot. And you know, I appreciate that it can be that, but I don't think it has to be restricted to that. I think it can mean, you know, growth of the mind, growth of the intellect, and all that kind of thing. So I do like that in Marseille style decks that we have the option of drawing from all different meanings. So I picked the 3 of Swords for that, and the Ace of Swords. I always really like the Ace of Swords and Marseille style decks as well. I just love the, you know, I find the image really pleasing. You know, the idea behind the symbolism is, you know, the sword gets thinner as it goes up, and then it ends in a crown. It's crowned at the top. And my understanding of the meaning behind that is the swords, the journey through the suit of the swords in a Marseille deck is, you know, it's our journey to kill the ego or reduce the ego. So the ego starts off, you know, thicker at the bottom, and then it reduces and reduces and reduces until it comes to a point, and then we're crowned at the top when we finally shed that ego. But yeah, I just find this kind of imagery really pleasing. So that's the Ancien. The next deck that I've got here is the Carol Herzer Illuminated. I think this might be the Illuminated 2. The 3 cards that I've picked out here, and these are all really for the same reason. It's for the colouring. You know, the colour work in these cards I think is stunning. So we've got the 2 of Swords. I just love, you know, the swords look as though they're almost on fire, you know, they're alight with energy. There's this energy going on underneath at the person's feet. And then you can see the moon is it seems to be kind of shedding this light down. And there's this kind of aura around her head, so it's almost like speaks to the kind of you know, the idea that the moon and the subconscious can have on our minds. You know, 10 of Cups, just the kind of the rainbow with the cups, and the stunning colours, the vibrancy of it. And again, the strength. I just love everything that's going on here. The idea that the energy is focused not on what's happening with the line. It's the idea for me with the strength card is it's all going on inside you. You know, the line is a symbol. It represents part of you that you're trying to kind of bring under control, tame almost. So the idea is that it's all going on inside, and I really like this kind of symbolism. So that's the Carol Herzer Illuminated. And the fifth deck that I have, last but by no means least, is the Giovanni Vettori. It's an Illuminated deck. It's this one. Stunning deck. It's quite difficult to pick favourite cards from it. But I've gone with, so we've got the Devil, or Il Diavolo. I just really enjoy the picture here. You know, you've got the idea of this, the devil sitting inside this mouth. He's holding this snake, this serpent. And you've got the fire all around about. I've gone with the strength card again, La Forza. I just enjoy this because you can see that, you know, she's not grabbing the line by the mouth, which is a nice change. It's a nice welcome change. You know, she's got it under control, and that to me is, you know, it's the idea of strength. It's not just the process of, you know, controlling something by force. It's not just that aspect of it. You know, it's the whole journey from, you know, you start off with these aspects of yourself that are out of your control, or, you know, that you're not willing to show to the world. You start there, and then the strength card is this journey, you know, to almost accepting these aspects of yourself, and then letting them shine, letting them out for the world to see. And it's nice to see a depiction of the kind of towards the end of that journey, rather than at the start when you're still trying to grab the line by the mouth. And then the final card that I've picked is Fante de Copa, the Page of Cups. I just really enjoy this image. You know, you'll have heard me saying before that I really identify with the Page of Cups. This kind of idea of the forever daydreamer. That's totally me. You know, he's got his cup up here. He's looking off in another direction. He appears to, I don't know what's going on with his legs, but he appears to only have one leg covered here, you know, and I frequently I get dressed in the dark in the morning and put on odd socks, so yeah, it reminded me of myself. I just really like this card. So there we go, guys, there you have it. Those are the last 5 decks that I have obtained, and those are my top 3 cards from each. So thank you so much for tuning in and for watching. I should hopefully be back this Thursday for a live, and I look forward to seeing as many of you as possible there. If you can make it, then great. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone, and bye bye for now.